Have you ever looked at a crochet diagram and thought, what in the yarn wizardry is this? Tiny X's, random circles, mysterious symbols everywhere. Well, today at Vivid Yarn Crochet, we're turning crochet confusion into crochet confidence. By the end of this video, you'll be able to read crochet diagrams like a pro beginner. And honestly, it's way easier than it looks. Section 1, what even is a crochet diagram? Think of a crochet diagram like a visual map for your stitches. Instead of reading long written instructions, you follow symbols. And honestly, a lot of crocheters eventually prefer diagrams because they're faster to read and easier to understand visually. Another amazing thing, crochet charts work across different languages. So even if you can't read the written pattern, you can still crochet the design. Section 2. Let's decode the symbols. Okay, let's meet the crochet symbol squad. Before reading any crochet chart, there's one important thing you need to find first: the legend, also called the symbol key. Think of the legend as your crochet translation guide. A crochet chart uses symbols instead of written instructions, and each symbol represents a stitch. The legend tells you exactly what each one means. One thing to remember: not every pattern designer uses identical symbols. Sometimes you'll notice small variations between charts. So before you grab your hook and dive in, always take a peek at the legend first. Trust me, this tiny step can save a lot of crochet confusion later. Let's start with the basic symbols you'll see most often. Crochet stitch symbols are just like letters. This little oval, that's a chain stitch. Every oval equals one chain. Easy enough, right? When you see this symbol, it represents a chain. It may look slightly different depending on its position in the pattern or the symbols around it, but it always means the same basic stitch, a chain. When you see it, crochet a chain. If you see several chain symbols grouped together, crochet the same number of chains as the symbols shown, regardless of how they're arranged or what shape they form in the diagram. Now let's talk about the little stitch that doesn't always get the spotlight. Slip stitch is one of the shortest crochet stitches because it doesn't add much height. Instead of building tall fabric, it's more like crochet's helper stitch. The slip stitch. This tiny symbol usually represents a slip stitch, often shown as a small dot, oval, or filled circle, depending on the chart. You'll commonly use slip stitches to join rounds together, especially in granny squares, mandalas, and hats. Move across stitches without adding height. Finish off a row or round neatly. Think of it like crochet's quiet little connector. So if you're working in the round and you see this symbol at the end, that often means join here with a slip stitch. And don't worry if slip stitches seem almost invisible at first. That's actually what they're supposed to do. Meet one of crochet's true classics, the single crochet stitch. This symbol, usually shown as an X or sometimes a small plus sign, represents single crochet. Single crochet is one of the most commonly used stitches in crochet, so you're going to see this symbol everywhere. It creates a stitch that's short, sturdy, nice and dense. That means it gives your fabric a tighter look with fewer gaps between stitches. When reading a chart, every little X equals one single crochet stitch. So if you count 5 X's in a row, you'll make 5 single crochets. And here's a beginner tip from Vivid Yarn Crochet. If you can recognize the single crochet symbol quickly, you're already building a strong foundation for reading crochet diagrams. Next up, we have the stitch that sits perfectly between single crochet and double crochet, half double crochet, or HDC. This symbol usually looks like a T shape. Think of half double crochet as the middle child of crochet stitches. It's taller than a single crochet, but shorter than a double crochet. Not too short, not too tall, just right. One thing that makes half double crochet special is that it starts with a yarn over before you insert your hook. So if you're making the actual stitch, you would yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, and then pull through all 3 loops. You'll often see half double crochet used in projects like cozy hats, blankets, sweaters, scarves, textured patterns, and squishy beginner-friendly projects. When reading a crochet chart, every one of these symbols equals 1/2 double crochet stitch. So if you spot 4 HDC symbols in a row, you'll make 4 half double crochets. Now we're moving into one of crochet's most loved stitches, double crochet. This symbol usually looks like a tall T shape with an extra slash across it. If you've made granny squares, scarves, blankets, or sweaters, chances are you've already met double crochet. Double crochet is taller than both single crochet and half double crochet. That extra height helps your project grow faster, which is one reason so many crocheters love it. Because the stitches are taller, you'll usually notice a little more space between them. That airy texture makes double crochet perfect for projects that need softness and flexibility. One thing that helps identify double crochet: you begin with a yarn over before inserting your hook. Here's a quick VividYarnCrochet memory tip. The taller the symbol, the taller the stitch. So when you see this longer symbol in a chart, your brain can start thinking, ah, that's double crochet. And don't worry if the symbols feel unfamiliar at first. Once you've read a few charts, recognizing double crochet becomes surprisingly fast. Now let's meet the tallest stitch in today's tutorial, treble crochet. This symbol usually looks like a tall stitch symbol with 2 slashes across it. 2 slashes. Treble crochet. And here's an easy chart reading trick to remember. More slashes, more height. You'll often find treble crochet in projects like lace patterns, shawls, decorative borders, lightweight wraps, mandalas, open work designs, and textured stitch patterns. When you're reading a crochet chart, every symbol with 2 slashes equals 1 treble crochet stitch. So if you spot 5 treble symbols in a row, you'll crochet 5 treble stitches. Here's a VividYarnCrochet shortcut for remembering this one. 2 slashes, hard 2 yarn overs. That little connection makes the symbol much easier to recognize when you're reading charts. And if treble crochet looks a little intimidating at first, don't worry. Once you understand the height and symbol connection, it starts making a lot more sense. Think of treble crochet as the stitch that loves extra space, extra height, and extra flair. Now let's talk about rows, because this is where beginners usually get confused. You start at the bottom and work upward. For right-handed crocheters, the first row goes this way, the second row goes back the opposite way. Basically, you zigzag your way through the pattern, like crochet tennis. Now these diagrams are super common for granny squares, mandalas, doilies, hats, and amigurumi. You always start in the center and work outward. And most patterns move counterclockwise. Crochet diagrams love repeats, because instead of drawing the same thing 20 times, designers show it once and tell you to repeat it. So if this section repeats 6 times, you'll crochet it 6 times around. Okay, yarn friends, this is where everything starts coming together. Always find the starting point first. As I told you, for round or granny squares, we start from the middle. The circle in the middle is signed to start with a magic ring. Step 1, we begin with a magic ring. Step 2, these 3 chains count as our first double crochet. Step 3, starting as a spiral. For the first ring, we need to make 11 double crochet into the magic circle. When we finish, we tighten up the ring and we close with a slip knot. See that small dot at the end of the ring? We continue with the second ring. Starting with 3 chains, this usually counts as a first double crochet. Okay, yarn friends, now we're leveling up a tiny bit. You might notice something interesting in a crochet chart. See these 2 double crochet symbols attached to the same spot at the bottom? That means you'll work 2 double crochets into the same stitch or same space. Make 1 more double crochet into the same space where we made the slip stitch. Instead of placing 1 double crochet here, you make your first double crochet, and then you go right back into that exact same stitch or space and make another double crochet. This would be our pattern for the round. Think of it like 2 crochet stitches sharing the same address. They're roommates. You'll often see this technique used when a pattern needs increases, curves, corners, shaping, or fuller decorative sections. Here's an important diagram reading clue. If several stitch symbols connect at the bottom, they usually start in the same stitch or same space. The shared base is your visual hint. So when you see 2 double crochet symbols growing from 1 point, don't panic. The chart is simply saying, make 2 double crochets right here. Once you learn to spot shared bases in crochet diagrams, reading charts becomes so much easier. Continue the next round as in the diagram. Try by yourself, and if you have questions, type them in the comments section below. I'll be happy to answer. Continue practicing, my crochet friends. Before you go, here are my best beginner tips for reading crochet diagrams. Tip 1. Always find the starting point first. Tip 2. Use stitch markers while learning. Tip 3. Highlight rows as you finish them. Tip 4. Compare the diagram to the finished photo. Tip 5. And most importantly, don't rush yourself. Every crocheter feels confused by charts at first. And there you have it, yarn friends. You've just learned the basics of reading crochet diagrams, including some of the most commonly used crochet stitches and symbols you'll see in patterns. Chains, slip stitch, single crochet, half double crochet, treble crochet, and even how to recognize when stitches share the same space. These are the building blocks that will help you start reading crochet charts with a whole lot more confidence. But of course, our crochet diagrams go way beyond the basics. There are plenty more symbols, stitch combinations, clusters, shells, decreases, increases, textured stitches, and specialty techniques we can explore together. So now I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below and tell me, do you want a follow-up tutorial covering more crochet symbols and advanced diagram stitches? Do you still have questions about reading crochet charts? Is there a specific symbol or pattern that confuses you? Let's chat in the comments, because chances are, if you're wondering about it, another crocheter is too. And here on Vivid Yarn Crochet, we always aim to include crochet diagrams alongside our tutorials whenever possible, so you can practice reading charts while actually making beautiful projects. Because learning crochet diagrams becomes so much easier when we crochet them together. If this video helped you, don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe to Vivid Yarn Crochet so you don't miss future tutorials, crochet tips, patterns, and stitch adventures. Thank you so much for spending some creative crochet time with me today. Until next time, keep your yarn cozy, your stitches happy, and your creativity vivid. Bye, yarn friends!